Alrighty, boys and girls, today we're gonna talk about this right here. This is my custom flush fit Glock that I made. And she's pretty sweet. First thing we'll do is show clear. No bullets. Alright, so of course we got the radium. We got a Nomad 17 frame. We got a Slide Works custom made slide. So they have some that are already like pre-made, but this one right here, you gotta wait for it. So it took about 3 weeks. Then we got and it's milled for the hollow sun, so there's no plate. So the hollow sun 507 comp just goes right on there. And then I had a custom brass back strap made for it, because the one that comes with it is aluminum, like the mag was aluminum too. And then we got inside, we got the Glock performance trigger and the Timney shoe. I'll show you a little bit more about that in a minute. And then we got the new Streamlight. This thing weighs 5 ounces. I haven't shot it in this configuration yet, but my other flush fit comp is just, I don't know, you can't really beat it in my opinion. Shoots super flat. But I'm gonna take the slide apart. We'll go over a few of the modifications and whatnot. We'll see. Alrighty. So really in here, we got the DPM soft capture spring, the Radiant, like I said. It's got OEM striker and pretty much everything OEM. And this is just a normal 19 slide. There's really no modifications needed for this right here. It's got a single sight in the front, and the dovetail in the back is in front of the optic. But right now I got it's supposed to be like a plug, but it's stuck. So I can't get it to go all the way through, but that's probably my fault because I didn't use the right tools. So this is the actual inside of the frame. So what I did is I cut, let me wipe some of this off, make you get a better look at it. So the front rails are cut in half, and then I took a Dremel and smoothed it out all the way to where I cut it at. So if you notice, if you try to put a 19 slide with the recoil spring on a 17 frame, it won't go all the way back and pick up the round. So this is required to do that. And then you could probably make it work with that, but I went a step further. And then it was a GST9 locking block, which probably could use a little bit more filing down because it's a pain in the butt to get in and out, but we'll show you here. So the GST9 locking block, it usually comes with a piece in the front because it's for a P80, so there's actually 2 pins. So what I did is I cut the front of it off, and then I filed this smooth, but you gotta take a little bit off so you can match the rail height. But then you also gotta take some off the bottom of this and the bottom of this right here, just to get it to match the rail height. So your game plan is to obviously, one, get the hole to line up, and 2, match the rail height. If not, you'll have tolerances too tight and it won't cycle. So that's pretty much it. I just use a Dremel and then I sand it down. I try to get it as close as possible, and then I start going in with my hands. So this is one reason I love this trigger so much. So it's gonna be hard to see, but there's a set screw right here. You can take all the pre-travel out, even enough to where it's dangerous. And then what I did is I filed the safety dingus, which I don't recommend you doing for a carry gun at all. So it goes all the way back like it is, but it still catches. Because if you go all the way back with that, it won't catch anymore, and then you'll just have no safety dingus. So I filed mine to where it still actually works. And then you have the spring that comes with the Timney shoe. It actually helps the reset, even though the reset on this one isn't bad because it's a Glock performance trigger. And so the other one, this lighter's got a minus connector. I think this one's just either a normal connector or a dot connector that come with it. But the other mod, the spring inside of here is actually a Gen 5 return spring, but it's clipped. So it's got 2 cools that are right tight next to each other. I clipped those off, put it on the little stem that it's on, and I bend it. You don't have to do all that. I'm sure it'd be fine with the normal spring that's in there. I just like fucking with shit, I guess. But yeah, this right here, it definitely helps to reset. Like it pushes against your finger. So is super awesome. And the added weight from the brass back strap. So what it does is slides on there, and then there's a pin that you slide, and that kind of holds the mag well on. I'm not gonna take it off because it was a bitch to put on in the first place. But it adds a couple more ounces. I mean, it ain't like, I don't know, you can definitely tell the difference between this and the aluminum when it comes with it. It also comes with some plastic ones, but the mag wells don't work with the plastic ones. They only work with the aluminum ones. So like what I did is I had a guy in local, and I gave him the aluminum one for him to mock me up a brass one. So he got me two brass ones. His first try, I still went ahead and got it, even though it wasn't 100% correct. It's kind of smooth on this side right here, but it's still, I mean, I like it. And plus, I told him I really wasn't even worried about the dimples and all the other stuff like that, because this is just a normal 17 with a Johnny Glock shoe. It's got I think it's a Gen 5 in there, Gen 5 trigger housing. It's not bad. And this is the original. This is the one that, I don't know, it's still hard to beat this one, because this trigger on this one is freaking insane. It's like probably 2-3 pounds. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people don't like my sprinkle pattern on my stippling. I get a lot of people talking junk about it. I actually like it. I don't really care too much about the looks of it. I just like the way it grips. And this one's got suppressor height sights, hollow sound 507 comp, the Radian, same modifications, same GST9 lock and block, TLR1 streamlight. It's SLR mag wells, I'm pretty sure is what this one is. And then it's got the kinetics, calculated kinetics dog tag optics plate. I had the CNH Precision in there for a long time. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, which, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. You put Loctite, whatever on there, but it just kept coming loose. You know, I usually shoot about 500 to 1,000 rounds each time I go to the range. And like at the end of the day, it would come loose. So like, I don't know, this trigger's insane. Like you can compare it to, this is a 2011 Bull Armory SAS tag. You can see, I mean, it's got just as much movement as this Glock trigger. So she's sweet. I'm gonna put this guy back together, and then I will show you its trigger. It's a little, like I said, it's a little heavier because it's got, let me look at the connector and I'll tell you. I think it's just a normal connector, not even a dot connector, which will make the trigger break like with a better brake, but I don't necessarily need a super duper brake, because like the brake on that one's fine with the Mons connector the way I got it set up. If you try to do this with your trigger, please be super careful and test it, because once you start pushing the limits of that safety dingus, you also start pushing the limits of this thing right here, actually hitting the safety that unlocks the striker. So like once you push it far enough back, it'll start pressing that in, and the only thing you got, you know what I mean, working for you. So you need to be super careful when you're pushing that to the limit. Some people file and modify it. I normally don't try to carry it with my junk. And this one isn't as bad as that one, but yeah, it's a pain in the butt getting the spring back in here. Also, when you put the reset spring on that shoe, make sure it's behind the locking block, because if you put it on front of the locking block and you try to put your slide on, it's gonna catch it and it's gonna be a pain in the ass. And the DPM soft capture spring right here is by far the best. So this is the trigger. Let me go like this right here so you can see. That one's a little more stout, but this one is pushing my finger back with that spring. So that one travels a little farther. Oh, and they have I'll show you on this one. One thing I forgot to mention. There's an actual set screw, but you won't be able to see it down in here. So it prevents the over travel. So this one's got the same setup pretty much. You see the GST9 locking block. It's got a Timney shoe. It's got the spring for the reset. It's got the Glock Performance trigger housing. This one, like the Cerakote on this slide is, I'm gonna end up having a DLC because the Cerakote isn't slick, it's the Glock one. So if I put this slide on that frame, this one shoots phenomenal like this, but this one really shoots a whole lot better. But this is probably my favorite trigger. This one's probably still my favorite one with the DPM. This is the ZR Tactical, which is not a bad guide rod, and it's the massive guide rod, so it's actually pretty heavy. I would take it out, but it's a pain in the butt to put in. Like that, you see how thick it is, right? I mean, pretty much it takes up the whole internal of that spring, and it's actually got some weight to it, and it actually works well. But for some reason, the DPM, it's just like, it's soft coming back, but it's strong going forward. So it's like the best of both weights, in my opinion. But yeah. Like with this reset spring and the shoe, it actually helps the reset for the Glock Performance trigger. Which a lot of people complain about the shoe on the Glock Performance trigger, but man, I swear, and if you change it to the Timney, which is my favorite because you can take the take up out of it and stuff like that, like you'll spend like 85 for the Glock Performance trigger, anywhere from 85 to 100, and then you got maybe 70 in a shoe. And sometimes you catch them on sale, but the only thing is, if you want a special color shoe, you're gonna have to buy the whole trigger, which is what I had to do because I wanted to get green. So now I got two Timney housings, which I like the break on the Timney, but the reset is terrible. Gosh, I need to figure out a way to get the reset on that trigger. It'd be so much better. And then, so far so good on this one right here. I got the sight. I gotta get in there a little tighter because it's a little crooked. But yeah, she's my baby. So the actual brass stock right here, the piece before he milled it was like 50-some bucks. So I ended up paying 200, and then I gave him 100 for the other one. And then this whole frame with the transfer fee is like $315. I got like 100 in the Glock Performance trigger. And then just because I had to buy the whole kit because I wanted the green, I think it's like 130 in a Timney shoe. The TLR Streamlight, you can find them anywhere. Like right now, T-Rex Arm says 210, but anywhere from like 250 to 300 is what I've seen. The Hollow Sun was like 400. The slide was, I want to say 369, but I'm not sure. The Radiance 400. Then the slide comes with a channel liner, but it doesn't come with a striker and all that. So if you didn't have one already, you'd have to buy it separately. But I already had one, so I really didn't have to buy it. And since it's milled, you don't need a plate, but you do need to, you might even get it where you tell them you don't even want sights. I don't know, but I think this one, it's a Dawson Precision 1/3 or something. I think it was, I don't know, 15 to 30 bucks, something like that. And then like most of the other internals I already had, like the mag release, slide release, everything I pretty much had. I took it out of I think it was my G45 frame. But yeah, I want to get this DLC coated so it'll be slicker on there. And like, I don't know, it's just freaking insane. A lot of people have been asking me to show them, so I figured I'd show them off. And then, of course, this is the other frame. It's pretty much the same thing. $269 is what it costs at the store, then $50 transfer free. And then since this one wasn't perfect, I paid $100 for it. But the Johnny Glock shoe is $100, and then it's just a Gen 5, and which I like. Johnny Glock shoe, you can remove the over travel, but that's still a good trigger right there on a Gen 5. Only thing I don't like about the Johnny Glock shoe is these right here, which they got new ones, and I have not shot it a lot since the new ones, the new Allen key screws in here. They're supposed to be tapered or something now, so like they won't fall out. But the ones that came with it, they would always fall out. Every range day I had to go in and tighten them. So if you do have this shoe, just keep an eye on that. Even if you Loctite them, they get so hot that they will start working their way out. So I don't know what's next for the channel. I haven't decided. I want to try to get this one and shoot it. I might end up trying to shoot some competitions. I don't know even if it's allowed in competition as modified as it is. But I might end up getting this right here ported. Which, I mean, that boy's slick, boy. I like that thing. But I ain't certain. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. If you like these videos, man, subscribe. I really do this for fun. I don't really care that much, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make it, whether I got a video about it or not. Some people ask me about it, so I figured I'd show them. I'm not the best with the camera, so appreciate you taking your time to watch it. And you got any questions, or like if you wanna get one of these frames and get one of these brass back straps, hit me up. I should have weighed it and tell you the difference of how much it weighs, because I mean, you can definitely tell a difference when you're holding the aluminum and the brass one. And like the aluminum ones, like 2 of the aluminum feel about the same as 1 of the brass ones. And I'm even thinking about seeing if it'll make me one that sticks out even further to be even thicker. So it just slides up on the channel. This is the top. And then the mag wheel goes, and there's a screw that goes through there. But yeah, like even aluminum feel good. Like I love this frame. It's already got the thumb ledges and stuff like that, and it's somewhat more undercut. And like they sell a FDE one and a black one, and these are the 2-tone ones that are $269. And I got one for Rainier Arms. They shipped almost immediately, and then the other one I got from Nomad, which took a couple weeks, but I won't in a super hurry, no way, because I was still waiting for the slide to come. So I tried to shoot this sideways, so hopefully it looks better instead of the up and down I had been doing. But I got these Strike Industries mag base plates. They're supposed to be +6, but they're only +5. But yeah, she's sweet for sure. And with all this crazy P320 mess, I feel like people gonna be coming back to the Glocks. And I know everybody love the flush fit look of the P320 and the SIGs. And that's pretty much what made me, you know, want to make one of these. And I've never seen one, so like I was like, let's see what makes it happen. I did it, and man, like I only did it for looks, but it shoots so insane. I made another one, and like that's the whole purpose of this Glock, is to make the best Glock in the world. I'd put this right next to what's the Ballerina? I bet you this one shoots better. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate you staying this long. Probably a little longer than I should have, but much love, much respect. Holla.